Welcome to another Phrase Day. Students, I am Soumya Nayak, Assistant Professor in Mechanical Department at Vedang Institute of Technology. As you all knows that in these classes, the subject is automobile engineering. The chapter of transmission system I am continuing. Transmission system, you studied all sort of things, that is except flywheel, that is clutch, because flywheel is not a part of transmission system. Because flywheel is just to transmit the power to the by means of the clutch. Okay, and there is a storage part of the system, not just like storage, but flywheel is the function of the flywheel is just like to be stored the energy, and it is required energy at time of required, it just allow the energy to get flow. But in the transmission system we are studying about the clutch, the fast component, and after the clutch, different about clutch that I already discussed in my previous video. Then we are going to discuss, we already get discussed about the second part, that is gearbox. In gearbox, different about gearbox, what are the advantage, disadvantage, what are the overcome from it, what are the different about gearbox, manual, automatic, whatever maybe I already get discussed about it. Put in previous video to study about it. After the gearbox, now we are going to get discussed about, already get discussed, then propeller shaft, universal joint, then propeller shaft, universal joint, then open differential, that is the another component of transmission system, an open component, an open differential component, then another differential is overcome the open differential problem, that is limited slip differential. This all sort of things that I already get discussed, I already discussed it in my previous videos. So please go through it, and if any have any doubt, comments in that video. But today we are going to study about the last part or the last component of the transmission system, the automobile, that is wheels and tires. The torque that is produced from the engine, the energy, the torque that produced from the engine through the flywheel, and then clutches, then gearbox to propeller shaft by means of universal joint, then differential. Finally, the main objective is that we have to flow the torque from the engine into the wheels of the vehicle. Okay. The wheels is the last part of transmission system. It is a very important part in the transmission system, because without wheel the vehicle cannot get move. The vehicle cannot move in the forward. Okay. So what do you mean by wheels? The wheels along with tires are taking the vehicle load. Okay. Means is what? The main function. First of all, you have to know about what is wheels. Three things is most important, then we are going to discuss what is the function of the wheels. In this class today I will only discuss the wheels and tires. That is the last part. We have four wheels. We don't get that only four wheels are there. Actually there is a number of wheels there according to the design of the number of automobiles. We have very heavy vehicles, we have more number of wheels are there. At that time, according to the load, the wheels are increases, and according to the load the wheels are decreases. But the minimum requirement of wheels that we are using today in our market on the road is 3. Okay, in the two-wheeler bike we have 2, the minimum wheels is 2, then maximum wheels is going to be increases. We can able to see the tollers having number of wheels in which the chips parts, the heavy machinery parts, they just transmuted in it. Okay, so what do you mean by fast? The meaning of the wheel. Okay, wheel is three parts that we have to confuse about it. Right? There is a 3 part of the wheel. Okay, one is rim. The picture that we are you can able to clear. First is rim, the inner part. First is rim. After that there is a tire. Okay, then from there is a tube and tire. The upper part, the rough part. Okay, the upper part of the rough part having the groups. Okay, they are, these are known as, this black color completely known as tire. This is known as tube. Okay, and this one is rim. Okay, when these three will be combined with each other, these three will be assembled with each other, then the complete structure is known as wheel. That means this one is completely a single wheel or a single unity of a wheel. Okay, so in this wheel we have 3 parts. One is rim. Okay, the inner part is rim, that is over here. This one is rim. Then inside this tire, okay, inside this black color tire there is a tube. This one is a tube. Okay, So what are the three things? First is rim. So first, this rim are made up of alloy wheels. Okay, alloy wheels means, alloy means what? When two or more number of metal, they just combine with each other, they form another metal with different type of properties that consist of properties of both the metal which are present in it, but these are more efficient and more developed material that combined with their parents material. Okay, so accordingly to the use of the vehicle, aluminum alloys are there, tin alloys are there. The sports bikes, aluminum alloys are used. Generally we are using the aluminum alloys over here. Okay, aluminum and other parts of the vehicle, or cast iron with other metals, we are casted with each other to form a different type of alloys and to make the rim. So what is the first function of the rim? Rim is the inner part of the wheel. Okay, rim is the support of the wheel. Rim is completely a metal, completely it is a metal. Okay, and the main function of the rim is to support the wheel, and it get connected by means of the rear axle. The middle hub, this one is the hub. Okay, the center part is the hub, the complete part is the rim. This green part, the hub part. Okay, the hub part is get connected with the axle of the vehicle, that is rear axle. We have rear axle means the wheel will be connected to the rear part of the vehicle is the rear axle, and if the wheel is connected to the front part of the vehicle is the front wheel of the front vehicle. Okay, the axle means what? This is a simple shaft which is get connected or attached to the hub. Okay, attached to the hub. The complete rim, or the you can say the complete wheel is get attached or connected to the vehicle by means of this hub and axle of the vehicle. Okay. Next, these small holes are the nut bolts arrangement that they can able to connect it very fixedly and rigidly. Rigidly is not a right word, actually fixedly into the vehicle. Okay, these are the knot groups. The middle part is the axle groups. The wheel is get settled or fixed in it. Second thing is, above the or upper part of the rim, the tube are there. Okay, the tube is get fixed inside the, or not inside, upper side. It is a completely metal. Okay, so upper side means these groups, the groups of the rim, it get closed by means of this tube. The tubes get mounted on the rim. Okay, tube was a rubber tube, they are non-metal. Then what is the function of this tube? Actually tube is a rubber, but these are not so much strong compared with the upper part of tire. Tire is a rough part, very strong part, which is protect the tube from the external injuries. Okay, from the external injury, the tire get protect the tube. Tube, what's the main function of tube? In tube, we are going to blow the air. Okay, we can able to pressure the air or pressure the air. Vehicle in the vehicle, what's happened when you give the air to the vehicle, when there is a punctures or when there is a wheels damage, at the time what happened? So the mainly the air part of the vehicle, when we can able to intake the air, we can able to blow the air by means of the air blower or the air compressor, okay, into the tire to increase the pressure of the tire to get run on the road. That air is only there in this tube only, not in the tire. Okay, thus air is there inside the tube. Tube hold the maximum pressure of the air to make a wheel to get run on the road. This tube is not so much strong, is comparable with the tire. So to protect the tube from the external injuries, the tire is going to get covered or mounted over the tube very fixedly and very rigidly. Okay. Then tire, what are the tire? The upper part is tire. Tire is very important part of the wheel. Tire is the upper part of the wheel. It is very strong, very rough. Make in such a way that there is number of grooves and design to increase the friction on the road. That means the traction force is increases by means of this tire. The tire will ruin out. We can able to change the tire, but the tube get protected by means of the tire. Okay, if the tube get damaged, the vehicle will not get run. If tire get damaged, you can able to run certain while of the distance, but if the tube get damaged, at that time you cannot run the vehicle. It means of going to get punctured. Okay. So there is another system is there in this modern era, or in the modern in the modern type of vehicle development. What happened? There is a tubeless tire coming into it. Tubeless tire means this tube part is not there in the tire. Okay, the tube part is not there inside the tire. That application or that type of working principle is work at means of a physics. That means what? If there is, you take a balloon over where you can pin the balloon will burst, the air will move very fastly. Okay, here it is the same thing. If you move a pin or very sharp thing over here and just put toward the tube, at that time what happen? It will burst, because at that very tiny hole the pressure is very high and the maximum number of air get moved outside very rapidly. That's why the tube will be burst out. But if in the balloon, for take an example, in a balloon, if you cover off by means of a sellotape, by means of any type of layer of the material, maybe take any type of plastics, any type of sellotape. Very good example is take a sellotapes. Okay, take a sellotapes and just put over the balloon. Okay, one or two sellotape put over the balloon. Okay, or black tapes. Okay, put over the balloons. Then in that area try to pin to the balloon. What happened? The air will blow away very slowly but not rapidly. The complete balloon will not be burst. That means what happened? In the tubeless tire, there is number of layer is developed, a number of layer is get manufactured, they get fixed by means of manufacture only inside the tire. Okay, inside the tire. So what happened? When there is any type of puncture, any type of hole or any type of sharp material or any type of wear takes place in the wheel, suddenly the air will not get out, or suddenly the tire is not get punctured. You can able to move forwarded, you can able to drive the vehicle in certain number of kilometers, or you can long drives you can able to take after get punctured in the tubeless tire. Okay, that is one of the benefit in the tubeless tire, that you're not able to think about any type of ruptures in the tires or any type means of punctured very quickly. But one disadvantage of tubeless tire is that if you want to repair the tubeless tire, the complete tire system will be get replaced. You cannot replace by means of only this tube. Okay, in this system, the traditional type of system of wheel and tires, what happened? You can able to replace this tube. Okay, you can able to replace the tube if it is punctured. But in tubeless tire, you are going to complete replace the tire. Okay, there is no tube in it. Okay, so similarly, in this tire, what's happened? The air is completely out very brusquely. The puncture takes place at instant of time. You cannot move forward. But in the tubeless tire, what happened? If there is no tube, one in tire containing number of layers, small number of layers inside it, then what happened? After the puncture, you can move forward lot of kilometers, because the amount of air is flowing throughout the tire is very less quantity with comparison with this. Okay, so this is the difference between this tube tire and the tubeless tire. That is a simple comparison between it. And the main important is that we can able to maintain properly. We can able to maintenance cost of this tube tire is very less. Okay, but in the tubeless tire, maintenance cost is very less than this tire, but the installation cost is very high. That means what? Once time you can able to repair, complete tire will be replaced. That means the complete tire or completely installations of the uh, tubeless tire is much more not economical comparable with the tube tire. Okay, so this is a mainly difference the wheel, tube, tire and the tubeless tire, what the function between this. And main amount of is this is known as completely wheel, containing the inner part is the rim part, the inner part is the rim part, the central part. At the center there is a hub connected to the axle. There is a nut bolt systems are there for, and upper that there is inside there is tube in the tube tire, or if there is tubeless tire there is no tube, and complete over the tire all are assembled in a single unity. It is known as the wheel. So what are the I already discussed about the what is wheel, what are rims, what are tubes, what are tube tire, what are tubeless tire, what are the difference between them, what are the advantage, what are the disadvantage. Now we are going to discuss about what are the function of this completely wheel. function of this wheel is that there is one is causing effect is written in this example, that provide a causing effect and cope with the steering control. The steering control is controlled by means of the tire pressure. If the tire pressure is very less, the steering control get loose. So this is also get controlled, the steering control get balanced by the wheel, fast function. Second function is causing effect, means softer effect. Causing effect means the force provided to the vehicle or the jerking provided to the vehicle will be get softer, not very rough. It will also as a working principle of the wheel. Number third function is that it gives maximum strength of the vehicle of the road shock. When there is a road shock, the strength will be given to the wheel. When the wheel will provide the strength to the vehicle to bear the maximum number of road shock. Remember one thing, there is a spring. I will discuss in the next classes onward. There is another phenomenon that is spring. It is also part of the jerking, and when there is a vibration occurs, they also able to consume in it. Then another is driving torque. Okay, driving torque and must be able to compensate the all sort of load varying magnitude and direction. That means what? The load of the vehicle, only the payload. Payload means what? Only the payload means the vehicle load without having any external load. Okay, payload means the vehicle load, only the vehicle load without having any external load in it. Okay, it will be carried by a wheel. Payload along with the external load also carried by a wheel. Then number third, steering control also takes place, or steering control also balanced by the wheel. Shocking effect also get absorbed by the wheel, but not completely, but partially. Then the spring come into the contact, or spring come to the play. And finally there is a causing effect. Causing effect means a softer effect to the vehicle driver or softer effect to the vehicle passenger in it. Okay, so it is all about the wheels, tires, rims, tubes, tubeless tire, or the function about it. So the last part of transmission system is completed. All sort of transmission system, all sort of parts, all sort of sections I already get discussed. Go to my all the videos. The automobile, the transmission system is completed in these classes. Okay, the further in the next classes I am going to discuss about the differentiate. Okay, the manual transmission system and there is a automatic transmission system. I will discuss about the manual transmission system and automatic transmission system in the next class. So up to which stay tuned, watch my video, complete transmission system. Any doubt, comments in my video. Thank you very much.